Republican Senator Ron Johnson has some bad news for America. And that bad news, of course, is that we cannot have any action on gun control here in the United States because Hunter Biden. I guess because Hunter Biden exists, we just simply cannot do anything about the rampant gun violence that is taking the lives of Americans on a daily basis. Here's what Ron Johnson had to say yesterday. He said, quote, "Before we pass anything new, let's enforce the laws we already have. Let's start with Hunter Biden." I hope everybody is prepared to hear nothing but Hunter Biden for the next 2 years, because that is all we are going to hear about if Republicans take back the House and or the Senate. And they've made that clear, right? They're not dancing around it. They have straight up told us, we're coming after Hunter Biden. We're going to talk about Hunter Biden. We're going to have hearings in the House about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden, who, for the record, as far as we know, has never killed anybody. Guns, on the other hand, like I said, it's a daily occurrence across the country. But this is the level of stupid that we're dealing with. And I say stupid here, not because I think it's dumb to go after Hunter Biden. I honestly don't care. But the reason it's stupid is because Ron Johnson doesn't seem to understand that, yeah, we have laws in place. Yes, we're enforcing them. And also, by enforcing those laws, the DOJ is already investigating Hunter Biden. It's not like Hunter Biden is getting off scot-free with whatever crime it is Republicans think he's committed. He is being investigated by the Department of Justice itself, the same Department of Justice that said, no, we're not going to prosecute Mark Meadows for contempt of Congress, even though we have a criminal referral here. We're not going to do that, but we'll damn sure go investigate Hunter Biden because we're trying to appease Republicans clearly on every single front. So if Hunter Biden did in fact commit a crime, it's going to be exposed. So why are you still whining? You got what you wanted. Hunter Biden is being investigated. So by your logic, now that means we can move on to gun control, right? Because you said no gun control until Hunter Biden is investigated. Well, the investigation's already been happening for many, many months now. So Ron Johnson, I assume that it means that you are an absolute yes on the gun control legislation that's currently being debated in both the House and Senate, right? I mean, you made a demand, you're getting your wish. So all that's left for you is to comply, right? Well, of course, no, that is not obviously going to happen. Ron Johnson, like so many other Republicans, is just trying to distract from the very obvious problems that this country has. They talk about Hunter Biden because they got nothing else to talk about. Yeah, they talk about gas prices because they're trying to convince the American public that President Biden is personally setting those. Like he's out there at your local gas station changing the numbers with the big pole. Biden himself is doing that, Republicans would have you believe. If Hunter Biden committed a crime, prosecute him, send him to jail. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. I have no loyalty whatsoever to the Biden family. If he broke the law, haul him in. That's how the thing is supposed to work. The justice system, the country, all of it. The legal system. You break the law, you pay the price. But far too often we see people, like I just mentioned, Mark Meadows and of course Dan Scavino with him, they don't have to pay the price. Republicans seem to ignore that fact that the DOJ is pretty much giving them every gift they could ever want, but it will never be enough for them. Even if Hunter Biden is totally exonerated, they won't drop it. They're going to continue pushing the lies that Hunter Biden has somehow been this criminal mastermind for decades across the planet. Not just here in the United States, but across the planet. Whether it's Ukraine, Donald Trump once said he got $1.5 billion from China. Don't you think if Hunter Biden had $1.5 billion, people would know about it? I mean, I would think the FBI would be very capable of verifying if that in fact had happened. You know, if you go to cash a $1.5 billion check anywhere on the planet, it's going to raise a couple eyebrows. But, like I said, get used to this, because this is going to be the next 2 years of our lives if Republicans win in November.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.